is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Hands. Hey everybody, welcome to Your Soul Podcast. I'm Gary, your host, and I'm here with my friend Ryan, and we're going to talk about stuff that's going on in the studio. Now, hit our theme song. You just did. I don't know how he does that every single show that you guys do. Welcome to another week of Your Show. My name is Gary. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely finish to your Monday. I just did my Uncle Brando impression. That's how he starts all of the CCO podcasts. And I did that because I'm trying to impress his co-host from said podcast. He's known by a lot of names around here, but for today we'll be nice and just call him Network Ryan! Woo!
That's it. I am the sweatiest guy in the studio.
I faked my excitement there.
Yeah, I fake my excitement every day when I'm here.
I'm just joking. I love it. I can't even do it anymore. You know, the gimmick was so good for a long time, and now it's just like everyone sees right through it because they know how much we love and appreciate you. So, anyways, how would you rate my intro there, my Brando tro?
One Brando out of 100 Brandos.
Basically, one Brando after eating a box of packing peanuts.
Yes.
Yeah, just a shell of a man.
Very much so.
That's fair. So if you like that, check them out. That's how they start their shows. It's so fun. Continue. Just want to get that out there. I love it.
Yeah, Uncle Brando, not everybody knows, but from Commander Cookout episode 0, like from the pilot episode.
Right off the bat.
He just did that.
Out of nowhere.
And it was like, he's like, okay, we're recording. And then it was just like 20 seconds of silence. And I'm so like, funny. Waiting. And he's like, no, I have an idea. I know how, like, I know what I'm going to do. I got to do it.
Yeah.
And then it was, hey, you're listening to Commander Cookout Podcast, episode 0. I'm Brando. You're here with Ryan. Da, 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 da. And man, it just nailed it.
So he's done that over 444 times.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, yeah, and sometimes it takes 2 or 3 tries.
That was the next question. How many got screwed up? Because since we've moved into the Dufferin Ave Media Network studios, I can tell you there's been one time, and it was the most recent one, because it was out of our normal Saturday recording, so he's probably already in his head. He had the one little mess up. And then it was even funnier because it's so rare, so he really tore into him.
Oh, yeah, it was so funny.
It was great.
So great funny. Stuff. Always great. I would love to do a Commander Cookout, like, blooper reel.
Yeah.
But I just don't have the time.
That's fair.
I got a bone to pick, though.
Uh-oh.
I got a bone to pick.
There we go.
Who in this damn studio?
That's probably me.
Aimed camera 2. The camera we're
looking at. Dragon. We got Dragon on the 1s and 2s today. I'm on it. Don't worry. I'll fix it.
He's just on the 1s. He wasn't on camera 2. So we're here. Everybody knows, like, I come on maybe once a week or once every couple weeks, and we do what Gary and I call a curtain jerk, where we do a little bit of a look behind the behind the scenes and a little bit of a kind of a studio update. And I like to do it because I love to teach, and I love to kind of share other people's accomplishments and give credit where it's due and hype up our own stuff, right?
Yes.
Kind of like the WWE gives a hype for a hype for a hype, like a promo for a promo for a promo.
Yes.
So where do you want to start? How do you want to do this?
I think, look at that. How's that?
That looks pretty good.
Dragon's letting you know what's up too. I would love to start with an update on the studio, because we've been doing a lot of cool stuff in this very studio, including, I just looked at the video. Dragon was videotaping us with the spark party going on in the tooth booth there, so to Dr. Hausman Associates, as you had. What kind of machine is that?
Do you think that Dr. Hausman uses one of those on people's mouths?
Oh yeah. I've been in there numerous times where he's like, I think we're going to have to get the grinder out, and then he just grinds it and tooth sparks are shooting everywhere.
Yes. Okay, so
Yeah.
we had a cordless zip cut in the tooth booth today
That's
because the studio wall, like if you go to no, not my camera, the other camera, Gary's camera.
Oh, look at this.
And you can see all that white trim. All that white trim is held onto like or MDF, HDF, MDF, high density or medium density fiberboard. It's glued there, then it's nailed on with brad nails, and those brad nails poke through the wall.
I see where you're going.
Some of the things are screwed together, and the screws poke through onto the inside of the wall. There's no drywall on the inside of 2 of those walls. Mm-hmm. So
When I fall over in there, I stab myself.
Very much so.
With
So
all
we
these
brought
nails.
instead of clipping them off with clippers, because there's always a little bit of
A little janky,
a little
grabby.
janky, yeah. Or instead of just drywalling, because we used all the drywall on the sound booth that we're going to talk about in a second.
It's so cool.
I was just like, hey, I'm going to bring Zippy the zip cut and just grind them off, and it sparks everywhere because I'm grinding with a metal cutting blade.
Yeah, his
Gary's
tools
got
all
the-
have names, by the way.
Gary's got the vacuum.
Vacuum
He's
in
like,
there,
I
I'm
got
sucking
it.
in all the sparks. You're like, don't worry, they're not hot. And I'm like, okay.
I kind of feel bad if I called your vacuum sucky.
Sucky the vacuum.
Sucky.
That's good. I like that one.
Yeah.
So we did that. We had the spark party, and we finished pretty much all of the full-size soundproofing panels for the booth.
Yep, panels are in, lamp is mounted, and the new microphone and the cable is run, and everything is ready to go.
Yeah.
Except for the little shelf, I got to round off the corner with the jigsaw.
A little bit fancy.
And cover it with some nice soft, like velvet or something. You know, make it feel luxurious, make it feel like it's really polished and finished.
Yes.
Then a couple edges of the panels just need trimmed up, and then it's done.
That's it.
And it's ready for music, it's ready for commercials, it's ready for Gary's deep, rich voice.
We are going to do so much voicing in that booth.
Yeah.
In a world when
Yeah.
booths need voices.
And the microphone in there, the very first
Dragon's getting angry. Camera one is
the
went
very
poopy
first
for a
time I
second.
was here, the microphone was sitting on the table, and we were just chatting and eating some candy and drinking a beer. And
Yeah.
and I said, hey, is that the microphone that you're using? Yeah, that's good. And I say, that's a good one. Yeah. So it's not these ones, though these ones are also good. The one in there is.
You know
a
what the story
primo.
is? I went to my producer friends who do this stuff for a living, and I've done it for a long time, and I said, what's the best voicing, like strictly for voicing, be it like singing or just like voice acting or voicing commercials? And they said this one that we got. It's like the Shure 720B or
It's
something like
a
that. Something
Shure
fancy.
SM7B.
There you are.
And Shure, it's not. See what I did there?
Sure.
It's not a recording booth at Disney Studio. It's not a $25,000 microphone, but it's not. It's also not the $150 USB microphone that you buy at Best Buy.
Exactly. Like these guys, like we're not going to talk prices. We'll just say we paid pretty much double what we paid for like these guys.
Oh yeah.
It was
got
a
a good
price
deal.
you pay. Well,
got a
it
good
was
deal.
Well, I like the way you look at it.
There you go.
Because the quality that's coming out is going to be second to none, and that's all we care about. And that's
Yeah.
like you said, you're going to the $25,000 mics, and
You get diminishing returns though.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
you spend 500, that's good. You spend 1,000, maybe it's twice as good. You spend 25,000, maybe it's 2% better.
Exactly. So we've maxed out at the possible point
Yeah.
before it goes insane. So we
Yeah.
have the recording booth going. We also mounted a camera.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that camera up top there.
So we've got a camera on the
look up.
roof. Of course, you can't see it. Yes, that's the point.
I wonder, I bet you I could get a camera up there.
And well,
Dragon will be so pissed
Don't
leave it
he's
for
he's
today.
just gonna
Yeah.
throw something.
Yeah.
There's a camera up there, so we can rearrange and film gameplay footage and content here, and or have a mad shot of Uncle Brando getting power bombed
told
directly through the table.
I'm going to tell anyone who will listen, someone's going through this table. We're going to gimmick it, and someone's going through.
And oh no, it's not going to be gimmicked.
Okay, perfect. Even better. Nice soft landing.
Yeah. And we are planning to record Commander Cookout's Sidewalk Slam here. It's
Yeah, baby.
It's our Magic the Gathering gameplay footage. And
So excited.
when I say it's Magic the Gathering gameplay footage, that exists out there. Like you could go onto YouTube and Google or YouTube and search like Magic the Gathering gameplay, and you can find all kinds of stuff, but not everybody does it like how we do it.
Yeah.
There's a lot more trash talk. There's
so
us
fun.
like telling our friends that they're bad, but it's actually us that's bad.
It's
And,
everything you would expect of 4 buddies sitting down and playing some Magic.
And you know what?
The chirps are amazing.
The thing that we set out to do with Commander Cookout, and what I really try and do my best job of here, is to treat everybody that comes in and everybody that's affiliated with any of the content and any of the production, treat them like we are all friends, and promote a culture that just everybody can come as long as you're not a dick. Like that's
right.
the only
no
that's
dicks and no assholes. That's what we say.
That's
it's
the
same
only
as the trailer park boys when they throw their big party at the local rec center.
Yeah.
The only rule, no dicks.
Yeah.
And then halfway through the party, the boys go and talk to Corey and Trevor and say, "Boys, look around. What do you see?" They look around like, "I don't know." And then Ricky goes, "Dicks, dicks. There's dicks everywhere. We said no dicks."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the party's ruined because it's just a bunch of really mean, rude people in there.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what we've created here to keep all those people out. So
So
it's very well done.
I walked in today and I says to Gary, I want to make sure that we've got, because we were talking about getting the big speakers off the floor, getting them into the booth,
Yes,
right?
get those monitors in
and
there.
this is just another example of the way that I kind of start creating content in the damn studio,
Yeah.
because I don't actually create any of it. Like, not even this. I'm not doing this. You are, and Dragon is. I'm just here because I was here.
Well, and you're a member of the team, and you're actual.
But
You're a character on the show. But
my
continue, yes.
job is here. My job is to make sure that the studio runs and make sure that people have what they need, and make sure that if there's managerial stuff that needs to be done,
You are like
that we
got this
talk about it
perfectly.
and do it right. And
You are the program director / station manager.
So
that's what you are.
the big ass speakers were on the floor.
Yes.
And I said, it makes me
Wasting
so
away.
happy to get these off the floor and get them mounted in the tooth booth.
Because
Not because I'm going to be doing anything with them, because now we can walk
I can see
between
there's room
here
there now,
and
yeah.
over there. There's
To the
floor
Twitch
space
studio,
to walk on.
yeah.
And LB
beautiful.
and Dragon and you and whoever else that's going to be making music and commercials and mixing and editing in there. Now you guys can do that unimpeded, uninterrupted.
beautiful.
And you can get into a place that you like being at and that you could be creative in with no hurdles, no obstacles, and just go.
Hell yeah.
And that's
And we thank you for doing that because, as you know, basically everyone here doesn't have any sort of drive. We love to be creative. We love to talk and we love to create. But we're also really good at being like, yeah, we'll get to it. You know, we'll get to it. And you're the guy that says, no, you do it now. And they say, oh, okay. And then
I
we do
like
it.
to
It's
build
amazing.
stuff. You know what? I don't know if I have the most creative mind out there. I just like to build stuff.
I noticed.
And I like to
It's a rare quality.
I like being around people that can do all those things that you're talking about. And I just kind of know what it should look like when it's done.
What did your lovely, beautiful wife say when we were talking about this? I believe it was along the lines of, yeah, he loves building stuff as long as it's not his stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that was fixing.
Fixing stuff.
He had a
There you
squeaky
go.
board on his deck.
Yeah.
I was like, I got my drill
Just on the
literally
way
in
by.
my hand, and
He
I
was
screwed him.
walking out. Like, oh, I'll get that for you. He comes back real quick, screws it. Like, there you go. It's
Yeah.
such a handy man.
I hate fixing stuff. And Rebecca's like, yeah, unless it's not your stuff, then you're like the most generous person in the world.
And that's literally what you do here. So thank you for that.
Wow.
I see a great opportunity right now to hit up the Maggie Cam. What do you think, Dragon? Should we take a little peek at what she's look at that?
She looks like a little dog torpedo.
Isn't that the cutest thing?
Can you
love
imagine-
her being shot just into my arms? Like, oh.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you imagine if she was shot out of like a cannon?
Oh, the cutest missile ever. The cutest missile crisis. That's what we call that right there.
Yeah.
Maggie Cam for our fantastic pals over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, Mike and Rochelle, along with Maggie's boyfriend, Leroy, always there to make your day better, as well as Kirsten, Shar, and Chris. They all are a huge fan of awesome stuff and being kind, everything we're about here. So that's why they are on board. That's why we have our Maggie Cam, and we love them so much. Okay.
Do you think that we could double the Maggie Cam up as like a Ryan and Gary's sexy legs cam?
Ooh, that might be a
Yeah.
fun time.
Only legs.
We were talking about making it a
Yeah.
Brando cam and having him do a whole show from.
Well,
the
Uncle
bed.
Brando's so short that you could see his whole body on the Maggie Cam.
And he would sit cross-legged too, like he likes to do. He'd sit right cross-legged.
Oh,
around
man.
that. That's what we gotta do. We'll hang
what
a
a
mic out
child.
the front and we'll just let him sit on the
How you doing
baby's
down
back.
there, Brando? Yeah, good.
Oh, getting a little hot. Either way, okay. So
What's on the list?
now I would like to get into the rollout as we've been teasing, and there was a point now And this goes all the way back to me saying a lot of guys that love to talk a lot and create a lot, but just don't have the drive to get stuff done. We've had different shows that have been sort of brewing around here. And they finally started to boil over as Pulse Power with Aiden has now begun.
Yep.
Which is fantastic. Brooksy did a workout and said it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
She's loving the workout.
Oh, wow.
So we got our little health fix. They're super easy to do workouts and usually don't need anything except just like your body. And they will get you right into shape.
Well,
Get that bikini body ready for us.
And you know what?
Is it you
I
and me
love
wearing the
bikini
bikinis?
bodies.
No,
Those are
I'm
my
talking about-
favorite kinds of bodies.
I know. I know
That is bodies in bikinis.
Yes.
It doesn't
Like
matter what kind of
ours.
body it is.
Yeah. So
Okay.
make sure.
You know what the thing is?
What's the thing?
Pulse Power's got a couple videos on the Damn Network now.
Yes.
But Aiden's got like this huge backlog.
Yes, she does.
And she's got videos for all ability levels.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it's beginner, intermediate, advanced, whether you have like exercise bands or those floor slider things, like if you have them or if you don't, like there's different kinds of workouts for everybody.
Yeah, and as well, they're like shorter too. They're not like 2 hour long workouts where you
Yeah.
have to like commit to it for everything. Just stop, do it real quick, and then off you go. And it's really cool. I can promise you when I say this, we wouldn't bring anything into our family here if we didn't think it was something that I or you could do. You know, so I haven't done one yet, but I know I could, and so could you. So we got that one rolling out every Monday.
And you know what? If you were having trouble with one and you told her, she'd probably do a video or teach you how to modify it.
Yeah.
Right?
And
because
that's-
she's just so freaking nice.
That's another really big point, is that she's one of the nicest people ever.
Well, and she knows how to
more than happy
teach
help
too,
you.
right?
Yeah, fitness instructors.
She knows how to teach people and make them understand, like, this is what this is for. But if
Yes.
you can't do it this way, we can do this modified version of it that'll still accomplish the same thing
Yeah.
according to or relative to your fitness level or goals.
Very well said.
There we go.
Very well said. So we got that. This Thursday, we are just working on the little picture thumbnail thing that you click on for our audio podcast called All Out of Angst. Got a killer logo. We got everything set up for it. We have 3 episodes ready to roll out. That is starring Uncle Mike from his All Natural Products, as well as Matt from all the bands. And they join us every Tuesday, and we do the whole show just talking about all sorts of stuff. But this specific podcast is a music podcast with a couple of incredibly talented, and not just when it comes to playing music, but being around music and basically sharing stories about how music has intertwined with us in our lives, be it through fashion or be it through, you know, like time capsules of the time that you're in, and those DeLorean songs we always talk about. Like when that song plays, it immediately takes me to this exact moment in my life, all that stuff. So that's going to be rolling out on Thursday, which is
You know
very
what I
exciting.
would like to get those guys' opinions on?
I can only imagine.
Is like culturally significant songs or eras in music history, right? Like I'm trying to think of one, like, I don't know, Beatles songs or Stairway to Heaven, or just some song that is representative of a genre. I was having this conversation with Rebecca the other day.
Here we go.
And I said of Oasis, because she's not a
those
big
guys.
Oasis fan.
Neither am I.
Well, I'm a big Oasis fan.
Good for you. Congratulations.
And the 2 brothers, the Gallagher brothers, they would all just fight and beat each other up, and that's
like
how the
that part
band
of
broke
it.
up, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, well, it seems like I'm going to be all over the place with this, but bear with me.
Okay.
Nirvana is kind of the flagship representative band of the grunge era.
Yep.
Oasis could be like the post-grunge alternative in the UK representative band for that kind of time period. And like one brother wanted to be more rock and rollsy, one guy wanted to like write big epic orchestral music with opera like singers and stuff, and then they always fought about it and they beat each other up and got kicked out of hotels and then they broke up. Right? And it
As
would
is
be
tradition
interesting,
in rock and roll, yeah.
I suppose it would be interesting to get your guys' opinions, and don't pretend like you don't know anything either, because you were on radio for a long time and know lots about music.
Okay.
And,
I won't argue with you.
And
I did do a sports show on a radio station. though.
Uh-oh.
As in, it was more about sports than the music because, well, the music was, sometimes it was right. We won't get into it. But yes, I should
genre-defining
know.
bands and songs
That's a good
and
talk.
time periods.
Yeah.
I think that would be, even like if you did a little mini series inside the podcast.
would be pretty
I'm a
cool, too.
huge fan of kind of a topic that's too big for one half an hour or one hour-long podcast, if you could take that and say, hey, okay, this is
Put
part
a
2
couple
of our
episodes together.
time capsule episode on the 90s
Yeah.
or whatever, right?
And that's we did sort of touch on that in the latest one about 90s fashion.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
getting into, like, off the bat, what brought us all together is our love for 90s punk rock. So we've been exploring through that whole ordeal how you got into it, and like compilation albums, the importance of those, as in getting a comp album like Survival of the Fattest, a Fat Record comp album, going through the list, be like, oh, I like this song, this song, this song, figuring out which band did that song, and then you go back to the record store and you buy that band's album because they had that one song that you liked on the comp. So all those little things are intertwined in that.
Comp albums.
So-
You ever talk about Big Shiny Tunes yet?
No. No Big Shiny.
No Big Shiny
Although
Tunes.
even the biggest curmudgeons could at least admit that those Big Shiny Tunes were game changers.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, in terms of comp albums, like
Yes.
from the 90s, like going out of the cassette era into the CD era, into the digital era, where it's like, hey, what do we do with Big Shiny Tunes now? Everything I'm downloading is wrecking my computer.
Literally. And like I have memories of playing in like small town tournaments in like Aberdeen and different places as a Bobcat. And Big Shiny Tunes, that was like our pump up album. We listened to that while we're getting ready and like pee-wee and getting all amped up, and then go out there and lose by 10.
Ooh.
You know, usual Bobcat stuff. Apparently they're good now, but
Yeah.
either way. So
okay,
Music stuff.
All Out of Angst podcast
Yes.
launching on Thursday.
yes.
Who,
Very excited.
of the three of you guys,
Yep.
who's the biggest rock guy?
Oh, that was like if you say rock,
No, yeah, but I'm going to get more rock and roll, like traditional
roll.
rock and roll. Who's going to turn on rock and roll music?
I don't know, because we're all like metal and punk.
I know,
rockers.
I
That's
know.
a great question. I'd probably say Matt.
Okay.
Just because he's like, you want to talk about being around music. Uncle Mike and I, we've been around music. We've gone to all the shows. We hung out with all the boys in the bands, but Matt's been in the bands with the boys.
Yes. Okay. So you already used
Here we go.
Matt.
It's the setup.
Who's the biggest punk guy?
Oh man, I would have to say.
And the next question is going to be the metalhead. So you're going to have to choose.
well, I'm going to be the
wisely.
punk guy then.
You're going to be the punk guy.
Yeah.
And then
for
Uncle
sure.
Mike's going to be the metalhead.
Well, no, Matt would have to be the metal.
Don't you just wish that you
I
didn't?
have to, yeah. So Uncle Mike would be the rock, but he's the one that listens to like the most. He goes to the
Yeah.
most punk rock shows.
I bait and switched you though.
Yeah,
I didn't give you all the
You
options.
tricked me.
So you're going to have to find out by listening on Thursday.
It's a lot of. The point is,
if
it's a
Gary's
lot
right.
of fun. It's a nice, easy listen, like half-hour episodes. You get in and you learn stuff, and you have fun, and you laugh, and you look back on a time when punk rock was just amazing, and music that got us into it, and then we go from there and expand on life and stuff. It's really fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. Like I like to say, it's like a mini sort of show from the show you get on Tuesdays. Because when they're here on Tuesdays, we got the three-man set up,
Yep,
and we
yep.
all hang out and we talk about all that stuff. This is sort of like a mini audio version for you to just take along with you.
There you go. You know what? I like the 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that too. And I was thinking, along with, because I've been editing a bunch of the Dude podcast stuff, we couldn't find the original intro. So Von Trask, who did the intro for your show, he may or may not be making a new intro for Dude podcast,
Ooh.
which will then lead into, and I was going through, I got a whole folder. You'll be so proud of me.
Does
I
it
did a
sound like the
Network
Your
Ryan
Show
thing.
intro? Dude podcast. It doesn't work as good.
Podcast. Just same podcast over and over.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what he comes up with. He always makes such incredible stuff. Like that intro alone, like just the visuals of that is so cool.
Yeah.
So he's going to be getting that done. And I was thinking like Network Ryan, I even created a new folder and I moved all of the episodes into that folder. And I've been going through them and they range between 5 minutes and like 19. So I figure I'm going to put a couple together for each one and make them around a half hour as the same as the other ones. 'Cause
There
it's
you
just, it's basically, it used to be this huge show that we do with 4 people, and then we'd have a bunch of like new like sports related stories we talk about. We had games we would play. It was very interactive, but it was also so much work. So much work that I swore I'd never do it again. And then now Coach Mazer is like the right-hand man around here. He's our go-to guy. He's going to be joining us hopefully here very soon. Him and I just spend Friday nights now sitting around and doing what we do. And then we just take the edits. So we edit all of the good stuff together. So it's one big long edit of like
yeah,
all the best little things
I was
instead of
gonna
having
ask
a
you,
big
yeah.
free-flowing show.
Now, instead of that, if you could reduce it down to its core parts and its best parts,
Exactly.
the show will be shorter, more digestible, we would say, in the biz.
And better.
Better because you're taking only the high quality stuff.
There's no
in theory,
ahs, and there's
in
no
theory,
that
yeah.
in-between time when you're switching gears.
And now you've got the technical stuff and the software and some of the editing experience, because editor Gary here, he's not just
We're getting there.
he's not just the guy that talks on the radio. He does a bunch
Learning,
of audio editing.
slowly
He does
learning,
some cutting down for the damn shorts
I
that you
did
can
get
watch.
you 8 new promos. I don't know if you saw that yet.
I've done 2 of them so far.
Holy, of course
I've
you
done
saw
2
it.
of them.
God.
Yeah.
Every time I think I overshoot on the promos, you're always like, yeah, need some more. It's like, okay, my bad.
Yep.
That's what you get for being so good.
Yep.
So we got those shows all rolling out. Dude Podcast, once the intro's done, it'll be probably next week, just so I can get everything together, because you don't want to congest an entire week, which is rollout after rollout with rollout either. So we'll make it a little bit special, but Coach Mazer can talk more about that as we're halfway through a show already.
Yeah.
How did that happen? We've just been talking.
We're just jerking curtains. I don't know.
That's it. I do like that term, hey?
You know what? Anytime I could use jerk out of like the context where I'm calling somebody a jerk.
Yeah, where it's not you're not Steve Martining. Hey, was he the jerk in the movie The Jerk? I think it was Steve Martin.
I have no idea.
You don't know the movie The Jerk?
I don't watch movies, man.
Yeah, that's fair. Got you mixed up with Uncle Brando for a
Yes.
second.
Yes.
That is fair. How is CCO going?
Good.
Give us an update on
you
the
know what?
nation.
I got invited to play a round of golf with my buddy Alex, who is
I've
getting
heard.
married this fall. Yeah, you heard Brando complaining about Alex.
I don't want to say. Can we out him just a little bit? Why we're all so upset with him?
He's
is
getting
that?
married the same weekend that MagicCon Las Vegas. It's the biggest Magic the Gathering
And not just in
convention
Vegas.
and the World Championship.
It's the funnest.
And it's the
you
funnest
guys
'cause it's
have
in Vegas, yeah.
A CCO house. You have a house that you get there.
I have forgiven
Oh.
Alex because I do like him.
That's your wedding present to him, right?
Yes, I'm not getting him nothing.
That's right.
I'm just going. So I'm going to.
Anyways, yes.
I'm going to golf with Alex, and he's like, "Well, how's Saturday morning?" And I go, "Well, that's usually when I record CCO, and I don't want to reschedule it because I've been rescheduling it all summer so far, and Uncle Brando
Yo.
doesn't want to reschedule, and I guess changing time with him was difficult enough as it is because he's a frickin' man-child. And he's very routinistic, which I do appreciate in terms of like content and when I can expect things and how he does things.
Just like me.
I know exactly how he's going to do it.
Yeah.
But it's such a nightmare to reschedule. Now I got frickin' 2 Uncle Brandos because I got to deal with Gary. And I told Alex, hey, what about like noon? If I tell Brando and Brandy and Garrow that I can get out of the studio at like 12 so I can be down at Holiday Park to golf by then.
I was going to ask where you're going.
Then I frickin' find out that Holiday Park's got this huge golf thing that Brando was talking about on Friday.
Oh, the charity tournament.
The charity tournament with Darcy.
That's right, yeah.
And I don't want to go to Holiday Park now because
busy.
I'm going to have to pay to play in the tournament more than I would have to just go. And if I do just go, it'll be crazy busy because it's a tournament.
It's true.
So I'm going to play somewhere else. Maybe play 6 or 12 at Greenbrier.
Okay, don't.
Maybe play Moonlight.
I get so upset.
Maybe.
Why on earth would you create a 6 or a 12-hole course?
Because you can go 6 and
get-
6 and 6 and it's 18.
But you
Because
can't
they only
just-
had so much property to
No, I get
build
it.
with.
Okay,
They have to sell
let me-
houses for $3 million each there.
Let me restart this statement. Like, would you talk to anyone before? Like, they must have done like some sort of survey to see if people would like that, right? Like, just to like the odd number of holes, like 9 or 18. That's what we know. That's what we're built on. You go out and you shoot 9, or you go out and shoot 18. Like the whole 6, 12, 18, like playing.
Yeah, 6, 12,
threw me
18
off.
does make sense.
Yeah.
Also, because of the, and I'm going to air quote this,
There we go.
because of the quality of the course and its surroundings and
Yes.
the value that you can get by playing there.
It's a great course, beautiful
in
course.
that area of the city,
Yep.
they can charge you as much for 6 as
They can.
every other place in the city charges for 9.
Okay.
So really, they're making 30% more per round, and maybe that has something to do with it. They are obviously limited to the actual size of the development as well, right?
Yeah. I guess it's because a golf course has always been 9 or 18.
Mm-hmm.
So like just to go out and shoot a quick 6 holes, it's like,
Hey, and that's the other thing. Maybe the market research hinted
I bet you it
or
did.
gave
That's what I'm
them some
thinking.
intel to
Yeah.
say, yeah, people don't want to play 9.
well, and you wouldn't build it if people weren't going to go, right?
Yeah, and it's
So
always busy.
obviously, yeah, it's a great course, and this is not
Yeah.
a judgment thing. It's just I feel like for me, I need to play 9 if I'm going golfing. If it's not
I
9,
like
then
to-
it's not worth it.
I like to play 6. Like you get off and you know
Time.
what?
Time was a big part of that.
Time
right?
is a big
Yeah.
part. And
Quicker rounds.
in today's age, kids, they are playing 6 rounds or 6 holes. I think that if you want to avoid this, the other thing too, if you want to avoid like the night or the twilight price, you can say last pairing or whatever launches at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And you can charge as much as you did for the one that launched at 4.
Jeez.
Where at other courses, you can charge like half as much for the twilight round, but you can only play till it's dark or the marshals kick you off, right?
Absolutely.
And again, that goes back to money and time. How many people can we squeeze in while still charging
How many
full
can
price?
roll through,
Yeah.
Okay, I hear
Yeah.
ya.
And those golf carts there, man, those are fast. The GPS golf carts.
I love golf carts.
Oh,
I miss my golf
I'm
cart.
having a crisis.
You gotta be careful with those things, man. That's why I
Yeah.
don't keep mine in when I'm going. Do you guys have a golf cart at your ranch?
We don't. No, we've got a Polaris Razor.
Ooh.
Old one though. Old one. 800.
Still sweet.
That's the old one.
Still
We've
sweet.
got
How do you justify that? Do you say you use it for working around the ranch?
it's a recreational toy, like a quad, except
you go
bigger.
ripping?
Like
Okay.
3 people can drive at once.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a pretty damn nice little vehicle to go ripping around.
Yeah, you know what? Truth be told, it's really old and rickety.
Okay.
The seats are ripped up, and my
Feel a little
parents
better.
gave it to us for Christmas because when they retired, they got a new one. And,
Love those deals.
My brother and his fiance got something, and my sister got something.
That's how we got a golf cart out of our place at Shields.
Yeah,
We had the golf cart, and it was the best thing ever in the history. Man, you just wake up, go into the garage, pull out your golf cart, and then
Yeah.
you're golfing in 2 minutes.
yeah. The Razor, not quite as quiet,
Not quite,
and
yeah,
it's got
sure.
big knobby like f off
it
mud
up the
tires,
neighbors.
so we can't drive it on the lawn because it just
tear
wrecks
everything up.
everything.
I like that.
And
How often do you use it?
lots.
You're always
Lots.
going out, eh?
Yeah. We got all the acreage stuff. Got a rototiller, little snow blower. I got to rebuild the carbon. We got a truck that's painted camo,
Trampoline?
trampoline with my son's like little wood park from Canadian Tire.
Oh, yeah.
But we put like a big 2x12 on it, and I rounded it off, sanded it all smooth, and then they jump off the treehouse onto the trampoline. No mats, no nets, no nothing.
Extreme. The way
Yeah.
it was meant to be done. Those are just old wrestling rings,
Yeah.
if you ask
Yeah,
me. Lots
and
of wrestling.
we're
moves
built
on
on a slope with a walkout basement, and my son wants so bad he wants a zip line. And I'm like, man, I could put like a zip line off my deck because my deck is like 14 feet up.
it. You'll just end up using it way more than he does.
Oh yeah, from the trampoline to the fire pit.
Straight to the fridge.
Yes.
Just zip to the fridge and zip back.
Oh, and I'll have a fridge like those meat packing plants where it's just those plastic like wavy
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, those
material doors.
Little flaps.
The flappy doors,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And I'll just flap right through, just get smacked up with those flaps as I'm flying through, and I'll just grab a whole bunch of beer and just fly through, get smacked all up again.
I think when we have our damn party out at your place, I would like that installed, please.
Oh, well, the
Whatever
last time I
happens.
invited you, you didn't come.
I know. I'm aware. I'm not proud of it.
Yeah.
I'm aware of all this.
I suppose we're even now because you invited me to a damn barbecue on Friday, and I
Did
didn't
miss the
come.
barbecue. And boy, oh boy, was it ever fun. We had hardcore
Yeah.
running the grill out there.
Oh, yeah?
Almost started the house on fire.
Oh,
She had some flames shooting up, but she kept under control, which was good.
we should have got some like B-roll footage. We could have had flames on your show.
That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, real flames, not even simulated
Not
computer
those fake
flames.
ones, exactly. So we had that going on. We had some burgers going. We had, there was a watermelon. Maggie ate like half a watermelon because everyone kept feeding her watermelon.
Watermelon's fine for dogs, isn't it?
Well, yeah, maybe
It's just
2
water.
or 3 pieces, but she was eating like everyone just kept feeding her watermelon. Then Brooksy's beautiful husband B-Rad was here, and he was rad. He brought the Borazon cheese that we put on top of the burgers, and it was a game changer. So if you didn't know this, yeah, Borazon cheese is the ultimate way to go on the burger. You don't need anything else. It's got everything there. It's amazing. And he said one of his buddies told him about how he would put that on his steaks.
You know
and then
what?
Melt into the steak.
I do blue cheese and butter on my steak.
Oh, see, I'm not a blue cheese guy.
and people love it or hate it,
Yeah, it's
right?
acquired taste for sure.
And man, blue cheese and butter with like just salt and pepper on your steak. Ooh,
Amazing.
Ooh,
That's very
it's
good. Yeah, and so the party went on, and then
Bor-
we
Borzin.
Borzin.
Dragon says it's Borzin. Borzin?
Borzin. You're Borzin me with that response.
Yeah.
So we found the 150-in-1 NES cart.
Oh.
So we had 150 games for Uncle Brando to choose from. And, we
And he
got
probably
going.
played one that he's played 7,000 times because
Gotta make a good
he
one.
didn't want to change.
Mega Man 5.
Mega Man 5.
Mega Man
of course
5.
it
And we
would
were
be,
going, so he was
Yeah.
running Mega Man 5. We were going to start streaming, but I didn't want to do it just because everyone was already pretty feeling pretty good. And then when you're Twitch streaming and people,
Oh, yeah.
you know, you got to be careful with what's going on.
Oh,
so
yeah,
we didn't
and-
actually
and-
fire
and
it up that night.
You have a reputation on Twitch now. Hey, you got to like maintain. You got to be in the
records,
zone,
man.
right?
We got world records.
Hey, when are we launching the world record video?
I am just trying to figure out. Dragon actually told me, and Dragon, you can speak on this. I need to get the world record speed run video out of the Twitch stream computer and into master control to edit to then release. Now, you started telling me how to do it, but then I got tired of hearing such a boring response. Is there a way you could tell us this with a little bit less boring? Because all I heard was it's going to be hard.
Well, okay, first of all, welcome to my nightmare, Dragon. I'm talking to Gary, and his eyes just glaze over, and he just walks away. Two steps. That's one step too many.
I told him you plug the SSD into the computer.
Okay, plug the SSD into the computer.
You
Grab the file.
put it in the SSD.
Dragon, that's three steps.
Well, it's like one big step. All you gotta do is put a file.
One big step. It's like skipping the stairs.
Question? We have a question? Yeah, skipping the stairs. What's an SSD?
Solid state drive. You just drag and drop the file into it.
Do we have one of those?
Drop the file into it, Gary.
Okay.
You take the SSD.
He's just.
Put it in this.
I don't know. I don't know if the microphones are picking it up, but he's angry. He was throwing stuff before, and he's angry and stuff. You know what? No. You know what? We're gonna.
No. Nowhere. You know what? I just don't even know what to say anymore. It's just.
Hold on, can you hit camera 3? Hit camera 3. Let's see if we can see this. Hold on, I got
Putting
you.
my headset on. Hold on.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Why don't you just talk into the mic that's in there?
I don't know. I'm just trying
like
to
this.
think. I don't even know if you can see, but
Look, he's behind the purple flower.
the, the long, complicated process would have taken you 3.5 minutes.
That's too long. Gary is from a generation of instant gratification through digital media.
Did I just change all this?
And I have a TikTok brain because I'm not 20.
Fair.
Gary's brain is a TikTok. It's just tick and talk. That's all it is.
There's not much going on, that's for sure, with this old log. That was fun. Thank you, Dragon. I love being creative on the fly like that. We talk about all the time. One of the magical things of this whole process is that.
And you're still on the. You're still there. He is. Oh man, great for the audio
We got it,
listeners
we got
out
it.
there. Hey,
Yes,
folks.
how can people find our audio versions?
Well, I guess they can just Google your show with Gary Nickel.
That's it?
Yeah, and then it should come up. Up, apparently.
Okay.
I was talking to my
What's
brother-in-law.
the hand thing?
I was talking to my
He
brother-in-law.
wants to serve it up. Keep talking about the brother-in-law. I'm listening.
Yeah. I should have served it up for my brother-in-law.
That's it.
He was asking me about
Serve it
the Damn
up.
Studio and One Bad Podcast and stuff because he's a huge OBS fan.
Love it already.
And we were just sitting having a beer before his concert because he's in a band, and that's where I was last Friday, standing
yeah. Instead of
everybody up.
barbecuing with
Yep.
us? Yeah,
I
okay.
was at a fantastic concert filming and doing some short form kind of like media for these guys.
That's
and
fun.
they were so happy and
Did they ask you to do that? Or did you do it out of the kindness of your beautiful
Both.
cold heart?
Both actually, because they
Wow.
played two sets.
Okay.
They played right after Drew Dirksen was the opening band,
Okay.
and they're from Carrot River. Shout out to
Ah,
those
so
guys because
Carrot
they were
River.
actually really nice, and they've got a couple songs on the radio, or at least one song on the radio.
Okay.
And I was telling them about Damn doing the Network Ryan thing.
Yes, you were.
And then my brother-in-law's band Llewellyn Moss played, and
That's the name of the band?
Llewellyn Moss.
Llewellyn
yeah.
Moss.
Yeah, Llewellyn Moss. And I did a couple filming things for them, and
Okay.
they came off, and we kind of went to the backstage room and had a couple drinks, and we had supper. And he's like, hey, can you take a couple more pictures, like profile stuff, or just short like pans to get us all in there? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it all night, no problem. So they went on and played their second set, and by that time it was dark. And they had like purple lights, blue and green and
All
purple
the
and
visuals. Oh,
purple looks so good on cell phone cameras, purple and red, and fog machines. And the guitar player like sat right down on the stage, and me and him were like right up close, just fingers. He's got the
Making
smoke
love
hanging out
to
of his
that
mouth.
guitar, yeah.
yeah. It was, and he's so good.
Wow.
He's so good.
Man.
And got lots of good videos.
So now what you're telling me is you have another job on your resume.
No.
You know they're going to come back. It's going to be really good stuff. They're like, hey, can you do that again?
But my point is they were all checking out the Damn Studio on YouTube and listening to the cast and listening to OBS, like One Bad Podcast. Yeah. And I said, yeah, you guys got to check it out. We got the recording booth.
By.
It's not big enough for a whole band to fit in.
No, but it can do you.
But if you want to come and sing into it, and then we'll actually have not just cell phone audio at a concert for audio, like come into the studio.
Studio quality, bro.
Yeah, and even if there was two of them out here, one guy on guitar, one guy like singing, these microphones are fine for guitar, and we could do like a little piece with them. It would be super fun.
Tomorrow we can actually test that theory out, because I believe Matt from All the Bands may or may not be bringing his guitar in, as we're going to try to write some more lyrics to this song that we are sort of quasi-writing while we record the All Out Angst podcast.
Hey, that's
bring
cool.
it in, and so we can he can play the part that we want to write on, and like, okay, and then we can test it out.
Oh.
So we'll see how it all
You know
sounds.
how much I love education through content.
Absolutely.
That would be such a cool way to like
go-to.
teach somebody how to write a song,
Yeah,
right?
and that's sort of what we're doing. It's really fun.
Oh, that is cool,
Actually,
man.
look at this. I have notes. So this is from our first
He's
episode.
lying. There's actually nothing written on these.
Wouldn't be the first time. Hey!
There's Coach
is
Mazer.
here. So, real quick, we got here. I did write on it, but you can tell it's written by me because it's just outrageous. I should point at the right camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, harmonies.
There you go.
A list of all the things that we want to be involved in the show. So, we got harmonies. Number 2, getting too old for this shit.
Oh, yeah, well, we are that.
All out of angst, yep. So that includes relatability, connection, authenticity, how none of that exists anymore.
Those sound like Matt Cuthbertson words, not Gary words.
It's always Matt.
Okay, good.
Metaphors, F phones. We have that in there.
These are song titles?
Fake vibes. No, these are all things
Fake
that we are
vibes,
putting.
F the
Phantom
phones.
vibrations, about how you think your phone's going off.
Yeah.
Phantom vibrations. F phones, put them down. Parents, love your kids again. The loss of language. And I don't want to have to read between the lines, ... LOL. That's my Fat Mike drop there from NoFX, as in, I don't want to have to read between the lines, and then you use like some sort of shorter version of stuff that makes you have to read between the lines.
Yes.
That's where we left her off. So Uncle Mike actually said he had some lyrics as well.
The loss of language, I'm actually interested in that one. I would love to talk to those guys about what they're thinking, if that's a song or if that's a piece of a lyric.
That's going to be its own verse, because we talk about how language is literally disappearing. Like the English language is turning into just letters.
I would argue, I would posit. I'm not ready to argue with you on the internet.
Prove it.
Though we could. I would
No, I
posit
do.
that language isn't being lost, because people still learn it and study it. But
Can't
it is
spell words with just one letter.
It is evolving.
There,
and it's
you would use
evolving.
that. Like you're
It's
a
evolving
scientist.
based on the tools that we have to convey the language.
Science is the worst.
Right?
Go write a thesis about it, you nerd.
I'd have to go back to school.
I've been wanting to call you a nerd for so long. I never you call everyone else nerds. I never get to call you.
You
a
know
nerd.
what? My friends that I play Magic the Gathering with call me a nerd all the time because I love to study language, and in particular, like Old English, Middle
Yeah.
English, and
People don't know. That's one thing that you keep very hidden about you, is how incredibly versed you are in not just like the English language, but literature as a whole. Like you go so deep down there.
I
That's
like
crazy.
to
love that.
read books. Super
Yeah.
important.
And not just read it, you like to understand it. Which like there's a lot of people love to read, but they don't really understand what they're reading. Like you'll bust out the most randomest shit talking about like, well, you know, when Tolkien was writing this, he was actually talking about this point in history when this was happening, and this language was actually the language that most people use. And
You know what it comes to? It comes to the whole thing that I was talking about at the start of the show. I'll wrap it up because Coach
yeah,
Mazer's here.
Coach is here for the big close.
So here it is I like to make sure that nothing's in anybody's way. And I like to make sure that everybody feels welcome and everybody can do the thing that they're here to do, right? And part of that is to lead by example. I get here and I show up and do the things that I was brought in to do.
You're a tornado, man.
Right?
Yeah, you come in here
and that is a reflection of me. That's my, I guess that's conveying the message that I want to, or the vibe that I want to put out. And the same can be had when it comes into me. and I want to understand the things that are coming into me and not just like read this because my English teacher said so. Why? What's the point? What's the message? What's the theme? And then how can I use that and incorporate that into some of who I am, and then reconvey that out in how I want like my son to be or the people that I work with to be inspired by me, right?
Now, whenever we talk about how Network Ryan's the world's biggest piece of poop and how we always chirp you, we just lost all our street cred there.
Well,
so
you can
hopefully no one
still
paid
do that.
attention.
I could have been
but
lying.
It has no meaning now.
No, I was totally
You're
lying.
such a philanthropist.
No, I
Is that the word? Philanthropist?
No.
Not even close. Well, it must be time to kick you off. Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, you know him from the CCO podcast as well as the station manager / program director / Uncle Brando and Gary Wrangler. His name is Network Ryan. Thank you so much, buddy.
Boo, damn sucks. Fire Gary.
Get him out of here.
Leave a bad comment.
No comments. You can leave them with, but they won't get read. And that is okay. All right, we're calling in the closer now as we got one more leg of your show to finish off. We got some walk-up music for this man. All right, we're gonna paper boy his ass up here. He's putting on a pair of slippers right now. Get those slippers on. And most of them are pretty dirty. They've been washed, but they're still dirty because they're game worn. It's all good. You gonna get up here? I can't keep warming up. Yeah, you can walk through the middle. It's all good. You wanna go through there? All right. You know him from Dude Podcast as well as so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Coach Mazer. What an entrance! Thank you. I didn't even get to hear the tunes. We had the Paperboy, I think. We had it going on in the background. That's great. God, that was awesome. Hot enough for you?
It is warm out there. It's like I've discovered playing so much baseball or watching kids. I don't play any ball. Watching the kids play ball. I'm addicted to sunflower seeds.
Oh, what
and
flavor?
there's one, all flavors.
Doesn't matter, eh?
So here's
Get
the
in my
trick. You
belly.
take, if you're doing the Spitz route,
Yeah.
take sweet chili
Oh,
and barbecue.
okay.
Combine them, mix them
chili
in.
barbecue.
And it's a little bit of you get that sweet heat, then you get that
It's like a sweet chili heat.
nice tang of the barbecue.
Okay.
It's very good. That's my go-to. I had some dill pickle I found under a car seat
Jackpot.
in the vehicle, and there's a smoke inhalation warning out because it's pretty smoky out there. I don't think you've been out there much.
I walked from my bedroom to the garage door.
Sometimes
pretty
I
hot.
forget where the studio is, Gary, and that's why it takes me a while to get here because I just forget where I'm going. I go, and then if I pass the studio,
Yeah.
there's no turning back because I'm to places where this doesn't recognize. This doesn't compute. Where am I? And I was like, I must have went past. So I go
Is this what
back
happened
around.
today? Is that what you're
It
saying?
happens frequently. And then I have concerns that maybe for my mental state, I'm like, is that? And
that
then I
a
panic.
sign
So I
or
don't want to bring that energy in here. But
Leave
then
it at
I've
the
been
door.
thinking on the way here, I was like, maybe I'm like Alzheimer's runs in the family. Maybe I'm starting to get it. Or am I just being lazy with my brain? I'm just rolling on in here.
What a crazy difference between Network Ryan up here talking about literature and the English
Yeah.
language and all of these thoughtful thoughts. And you come in here saying, well, I basically have Alzheimer's.
Well,
and
I can't
I'm
find the
44."
studio. I
You
can't
know,
find the
like-
studio, Gary.
Yeah, yin and yang.
But anyway, I'm eating Spitz.
Yeah.
There's a
He's
A
spitting
friendly,
right now?
yeah, I got some
That's
in there.
nice. I
Not
wish I
dipping,
had a
spitting.
dip,
But
yeah.
the
No, I'm not dipping, I'm spitting. There's a big difference.
I have the window down,
Okay.
and just like the dragon's breath is breathing on me, right?
Yeah.
All the smoke, and it's just
I know all
heated,
about the
right?
dragon's breath, yeah,
the
it's
dragon's
excellent,
breath. So
yeah.
same thing. You open your window, you got the dragon's breath in there.
Does it usually yell at you like he yells at me?
No, it's just slowly.
gotcha.
There's little particles that I'm
Slowly
breathing
takes
in
over
that
your
are
body.
slowly
Yeah, okay.
killing my brain cells. You know what? It's funny. I've been watching. My family's been rewatching Lord of the Rings lately. You know what I mean?
It's his favorite, not just
You know
the
what? I
franchise,
hate
but
it.
Anything. His favorite.
It is.
You can't say that.
The
here.
family
You'll be so
loves
mad.
it.
Okay.
I can not. I can be disinterested.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It just
either. I
doesn't
said it once
doesn't
and
do
I'd
it for
never
me.
say it
Though
again. Yeah.
I want the boys to read it because I have a challenge for them this year because
You
their
have
brain
a-
goes to mush
You have
in the
an
summer.
expert right there.
And so I'm like, we need to read a page. The kids love dragons, so they're reading other dragon literature right now. But I was like, you guys need to read a couple chapters out of a book a day at minimum. So come school startup time again, you're not mush, because it's always a struggle the first couple weeks going back. So that's a household rule. We're bringing that in. But as I'm driving over here and I'm thinking, obviously I was thinking about Lord of the Rings for some reason. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, well, who would be the Frodo of Dufferin Ave Media Network? And at first I thought you, and then I was like, no, it's LB.
It's definitely LB.
LB's Frodo. And then obviously the dragon isn't the dragon. He's actually Samwise, right?
Uncle Brando's Gollum.
I was going to say...
He is my precious.
I don't think Uncle Brando's Gollum.
100%.
No.
He's the closest thing we got. The Goblin Walk. God, I love Uncle Brando.
Man.
So much.
So crazy. I had a different direction for him,
you
but
just
I'm
got
freezing.
derailed.
But I think you'd be Gandalf,
Oh, that's fun.
right?
Yeah.
And
Can I be Gandalf the White?
No, you'd be Gandalf the Brown.
How did he become Gandalf the White? He's got to get murdered?
No, he
just
he
gotta
didn't.
confirm
No,
by
he
an
didn't.
expert.
He
He's an
didn't get
expert.
murdered. He fell.
Died.
Here's a fun thing that you will love. He didn't die. It's not proven. You don't see him die.
Dude, you're talking to...
You don't see him die
Okay.
in the movies,
I'm
which
not gonna
is all
argue.
I've seen. You don't
I
see him
am
die. You
not
see him
intelligent
fall
enough.
to an imminent death. However, you don't know what he landed on. What made him white? Maybe it was a bunch of flour that he landed on, right? A pillow.
What you're saying is, if I want to be Gandalf the White, I just got to climb on top of my roof, jump into a big pile of flour, and say,
Every
I'm Gary
time.
the White now.
Gary the White, which would be sick.
With my big... I need a staff.
But you know, like Network Ryan. I don't know who Network Ryan would be. He'd either be the prince that does all the fighting, or that elf guy with the bows.
Well, there
know,
is a
which one is
ginger.
it?
The ginger is
but
the
hey.
little guy.
No,
the
he
dwarf.
wouldn't be the
ginger
Yeah,
dwarf.
what Gimli?
Sure.
Who's Gimli?
BC. It's a place.
Yeah, I think Brando's more Gimli.
Hardcore would be
Hardcore is Gimli. All right, that's fun. Actually, I dig that.
She just messaged
So-
me. She's making some D's Nuts tea. Very excited.
And what about the rename that I asked for? Do you remember what I asked for?
I do not. Don't
That's
get
lame.
derailed. You're about to finish your Lord of the Rings.
I'm off
epic
the
rant.
I'm off the rail already.
I was just, you got me thinking about our very good friend of the show and a member of this family, Clayton Croker, our man Croker, who we love so much. He loves doing lists. I mean, we'll get him in this week to do a list of the top 5 best dragons.
Are you full on Gingy? Just partial Gingy?
Best
Daywalker, I get cans too.
daywalk. Okay,
I mean, you call it a tan if you have to put shades on. It's like I look darker.
for the list.
That's not an insult.
Top 5 dragons.
Top 5.
I want to
what?
get one together today before we call it a show. So we got
No, I got a story for Network Ryan that he would appreciate. Sorry.
not even here, no.
Well, we can go dragons. We will.
Take it home.
Don't
Go.
give up on me, dude.
Go.
My
You've only
stories.
got a couple
Hey,
minutes.
my stories aren't long.
Go. You're wasting time now. We're up against the clock.
So for New Year's Eve, have you heard of the little thing that you can do with movies where you just hit play at a certain time and then right at the moment? So that's what we did at the farm, the Peregrine Farm, just outside of Lloydminster, Saskatchewan.
Nice. That's where Aquaman
Near-
is. Shout out to
near-
Aquaman.
Which is why I was asking about certain things, but they won't link up. But someday they will link up with the farm, probably, maybe not. And then just close to a place called Blackfoot. Anyway, on their farm, we decided to key this up. I looked up. They're like, "What should we do?" So we had fireworks, and we did some fireworks. But unfortunately, we're like, "Well, we don't want to wait till midnight and do this. Some kids will lose interest, or they'll be late. They'll want to go to bed, or they want to do their own thing." So we blasted them off early in the evening, and then we lined up Lord of the Rings, the Return of the Dragon or the King, or
Second one is the Two Towers, and the Battle of Helm's Deep starts, and King Theoden says, "So it begins."
No. We didn't do that one.
You didn't do that one?
No. We did the one where Gandalf goes to the bridge, and when he dies and becomes the whatever, and he's like, "Thou shalt not pass!" And right at midnight, it did it. So we lined it up, and it was perfect, but we don't know if we hit play at the right time, because it's like, okay, I think hit play. So we're watching the movie, and then we're looking at the clock. We're like, this is going to be very anticlimactic if it doesn't go off. And to the second, it hits, and we all erupted and cheered, and it was really fun. And then I think I fell asleep 3 times before that, but I got nudged to wake up. So Network Ryan was interested. Top 5 dragons of all time.
You're such a nerd.
Ethan, well, I don't like this whole thing's dumb. Like it's lame and predictable. Like talking trees, those things. I like them, but they're also like
Just go back to playing.
lazy. I will.
You also play baseball.
He loves
right.
the River Pirates.
We got
Okay,
2
top
minutes
5
left.
dragons all time.
Here we go.
Ethan, number 1,
Yes. Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And it was just crazy, too, because he just became a dragon. He was dubbed
Okay.
a dragon like a month ago.
2. Ricky.
Yeah, the dragon
Ricky
Steamboat.
the Dragon
That's correct.
Steamboat.
Yep.
Number 3 would be me on the golf course when I put a do-rag on my head and I call myself Ryan the Duragan Steamboat. Sorry. And I have a do-rag on my head. And then 4. What? You got an idea? Are you helping?
No, he's just...
We're timing out.
He's trying to get us out.
We're trying to leave. So you made me drive
All
in
of-
30-degree weather with the AC off.
Yeah.
That was my choice. I just like to live dangerously sometimes. 4, I need another dragon. Okay. I am the last one. Sean Connery's...
Highlander?
No, Sean Connery's dragon that he voiced the
We
dragon
named
of...
the dog Indiana.
Oh,
No.
yeah, in Dragonheart.
Dragonheart. I've already dropped this on the show before.
Okay.
When Anderson was doing those terrible impressions, I was like, I don't have good Sean Connery, but I can at least people know what I'm doing. You are just your girl one. Oh, you need to clip that thing
You're
out.
lost. We're on
I'm
the
at
time.
4.
We're
I
gonna
am
put
the
glass
last
on.
one. I got it. 5. I need one more dragon.
Can I give you one?
The Chinese.
Oh, Trogdor is awesome. I love Trogdor.
Hmm.
Trogdor!
I disagree.
Okay.
What's the baseball team? There's a baseball team and a basketball team in
China.
named the Dragons. That's the 5th one.
What
did you say? Drogbor?
Trogdor.
Thongdor?
Trogdor. What's that star?
Tractor?
Battlestar, not Battlestar. What's the name of the Trogdor? The show that it was from.
You talking
I
to the
forget.
mic?
We can run the Frankies here.
All right, I'm glad I got
Dragon
here.
number 1. I will say this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, go ahead.
Albie the racist dragon from Flight of the Conchords.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very fun dragon. A dragon that starts out racist, but eventually learns the importance of not being racist because you don't got any time for that. And then the character wins him back in the end. And literally the episode, it's like a puppet show, and the episode literally ends with them saying, "And he's not racist anymore." And it's a great little adventure for Albie the racist dragon. Yeah, it's really fun.
Who cracks
You got about a minute.
the sunflower seeds at the bottom of the bag?
You mean how?
No, who does that for you? Because those are my favorite ones.
Oh yeah.
But right now, the seeds that are in my upper lip, like a dip, are cutting my gums to shreds.
back when-
I also have another thing, factoid, going back to our conversation with AJ, for you avid viewers that are wondering about fact-checking conversations. You know how you're beaking me about the citywide, teams going citywide, and the advantages, disadvantages. I told you all the advantages, and I just realized the disadvantage this year at the 15U level, the Brave Zone is crushing because all those kids chose not to play AAA. Well, all the other zone kids did play AAA baseball, so now they are destroying. So it's like I was shouting out how the Braves stink and stuff like that. It's not true. Not that anyone cares. But I just wanted to give you a pat on the back that you are 8% correct in that argument. I'm still
Finally.
97% correct.
You always are, my friend. Network Ryan in the house.
Yeah. We're always
Fact checking. Coach Ryan, thank you to you guys for joining us on this Monday. Dragon, great job in the booth. We love you so, so much. We'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. We'll do it all again. It will be Tuesday, which means Uncle Mike will be in the house along with Matt from all the bands. We'll do a little All Out Angst podcast record before the show, and then we will do the show, and we will have so much fun while we do it. Anything else you want to add? We got about 10, 15 seconds.
Just some drops. Have you dropped earlier when some of these things are going to be dropping, or are we just going to throw them out?
Oh, we talked
did
about
it?
Yeah. We got some new podcast stuff. Very excited.
Oh, yeah, I got to stick around. I also have to
Do
leave.
not forget, karma is very important, very real. Don't be a dink, all right? Be kind to others, or else it'll start happening to you. Have a great rest of your Monday. I didn't even let you talk.